Before I ever became a wastewater treatment plant operator, I was first a drinking water treatment plant operator. Why? Because I could be certified to operate a drinking water treatment plant in the state of California without ever stepping foot in that plant. That is not the case for wastewater. Then that's a huge barrier to entry for wastewater. But for drinking water, it's far easier to break in because you can actually go in certified. So today what I'm going to do is take you through how to get your T1 D1, or in my case, I'm gonna recommend you actually jump that grade and go to the T2 D2, and I'll explain why. But you can actually jump a whole grade and still not ever have set foot in a drinking water treatment plant. And this is what's going to set you up best for your career in drinking water treatment if that's what you hope to do in California. So what I'm gonna do is a screen share where we're going to navigate the State Water Resources Control Board website on how to actually get certified. And then from there, I'm going to tell you what education you should pursue in order to get your education credit to take the T2, D2, and then other supplemental things you could do to get yourself prepared for that exam. All right, let's hop to it. I always like to start at Google because this is how I navigate the internet. Just gonna throw SWRCB Drinking Water Operator Certification in there. What does that stand for? State Water Resources Control Board, California. That is what body certifies drinking water treatment and distribution system operators. So it's the very first result. I'm gonna click on that and it brings me to this page. This is what you should see if you're on drinking water. Just scroll down just a little bit and you're gonna see this latest information area. You'll see general, treatment operators, distribution operators, blah, blah, blah. What we're gonna be focusing on is treatment operators today. Everything I talk about for the treatment exam is the same for distribution, okay? I'm not gonna take you over to the distribution tab and show you the exact same thing because it's the exact same thing, except the letter's different and the course you'll take is different. I'll show you that when we get to the courses and the education part of this tutorial. So let's first start the minimum qualifications for treatment examination. I'm gonna click on that and it brings me here. You have your T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. So the T1, the only thing that separates the T1 and the T2 is this 36-hour course or 3.6 continuing education unit course typically taken through Sacramento State. If you take your T1, you only have a high school diploma, and you sit for that exam with no education, you're probably gonna fail. You need some sort of training, and most people actually use the Sacramento State book or some sort of training course that awards CEUs to prepare for the exam. So if you're doing that anyway, you might as well get the certificate and from whatever outfit that is, and submit it with your application and take the T2. They're very similar tests. They're not very different. So in my opinion, way better to just jump to the T2. And the other reason for this is you're gonna be outgunned. If you go to take an interview for a operator position and you're going in there with a T1, I guarantee you're gonna be competing against T2s. It's just not a strategically sound move to go for your T1. So I just highly recommend you go for your T2. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our course. We have our high school diploma or GED equivalency is a federal standard. You have to have that no matter what. And then we're gonna go pass our T2, okay? And then we can apply for certification. Simple, way more simple than wastewater treatment in California. So I'm gonna back out here, and before we go to the treatment examination application form, we're gonna go get that education credit. So I'm gonna open up a new tab, and we're gonna go to Sacramento State University, OWP, which stands for Office of Water Programs, Drinking Water. Drinking water courses are right down here, you see it? This is what you should see. Apparently there's something going on in Canada, for students in Canada. Let's come down here. Water Treatment Plant Operation Volume 1. This is the one you would take right here if you want to do your T2 or T1, but you should really just do your T2. Water Distribution System Operation and Maintenance right here. This is what you would do for your distribution, D1 or D2, okay? You should really just do your D2. And once you're done with that, you're gonna take this certificate, and these are correspondence courses, by the way. You don't have to go to Sacramento to do this. Do it all online. You take the course, you get a certificate from them, and then we're gonna come back here to the State Water Resources Control Board, and we're gonna go to the treatment examination application form. Okay, I'm gonna open that guy up. And fill this out completely, read all the odds and ends. Look, you have to pay a fee, and those of you who are wastewater operators that are watching this, your eyes probably just popped out of your head because those fees are a fraction of what we pay. I think my grade 5 wastewater was just a couple bucks short of $500. So $155 would be very welcome in my opinion. So anyway, yeah, not much to take the test, 65 bucks for a T2 or a D2. And then what you're gonna do is come down here, just make sure you've got the proper thing, and then in terms of education, and then you're gonna fill out your application. Pretty straightforward. You just check the box, which one you're taking, and then your education, your name of your high school. This is something that actually differentiates between wastewater and drinking water. I just checked the box. Yes, I'm a high school educated student. When I did wastewater, they required my high school transcripts, which is kind of funny. If you did get a GED, you do need to provide a copy of your GED, but you don't need to give them your diploma. Name of the high school, city and state, and then you just let them know that you have the Sac State education as well. Specialized training right here. You must attach legible photocopies and official transcripts. So that would be where you attach your certificate of completion from Sacramento State, and then you sign it. This application is by far super easy. I mean, being a wastewater operator, it's a dream to see something like that. Distribution, we'll pop over here real quick so you can see that the fees are the exact same. Everything is the exact same, except instead of a T, it's a D. And distribution is the water pipes out in the system. Treatment is the drinking water treatment plant, but it's the exact same exam application, okay? You send that in, you mail it in, and then you are gonna get notified of your ability to take your exam. So now it's time to prepare for your exam. There are a few resources I want to tell you about. The first of which is Wastewater. So we're going to put that in the search engine. This is a pretty cool website. I'm collaborating with them on helping people get certified. We do not exchange money between us. There's no, this is not a partnership where they're paying me to mention them, but this is a pretty slick website. I'm not going to do a tutorial on there for you, but it's online training for water and wastewater operators. I think this is for everybody around the country. It's awesome. Another one you should really check out, and he's an industry name, is the Water Sifu. He's got a great podcast. It's helped tons of people get certified. He's got a YouTube channel, but he's mostly known for his podcast. And you can see the 10-year reunion anniversary was July 2022. So it's older, but you know the science is still valid, and he's an awesome guy. And the other one I want to tell you about is waternuggets.com. And what's cool about this, nuggets of water information, water operators click here, right? If you click that, water distribution operator practice test. Look at that, water treatment operator practice test. Free practice tests. So you can get on there and drill your knowledge and see how you're doing. And these are this place is out of California. So look, they're mentioning the T1 to T3. They're mentioning D1, D2, D3, okay? This is for distribution and treatment operators in California. Okay, great. So we got our CEUs and our continuing education, whatever it is we needed in order to take the test. We put our exam application fee in, and then we took some specialized training, whether it was through Watura, Water Sifu, Water Nuggets, or whatever. RCAC is a great one too. All sorts of great stuff out there you can use. We got prepared for our exam. Now let's talk certification. And before we do, if you got anything out of this, please like and subscribe to the channel and let me know that this is content that you appreciate. So getting certified these days is a little different from my day when I was a young lad. If I was going to go to the treatment operators tab and go over to treatment certification application and open it up and say, I'm ready to certify for my T1 to T2, wait, what? T3 to T5? That's not helpful. So there's nowhere on this website I can find an actual paper certification from my day. So I actually sauntered on over to general information and saw distribution operator and water treatment operator certification guidance, this document here. And if you scroll down to page 7, there's contents here. Just scroll down to page 7. And you're going to see certification requirements and application. To apply for certification, an applicant must pass, of course, and then within 3 years, you got to certify, okay. And then here's the kicker. Applicants for an operator certificate at grade 2 level or below complete and submit the certification request form provided at the examination testing site with examination results. This is far different from when I came up. So if this is something you've experienced, please tell us what happened to you when you passed your T1 or T2 for the first time and how that process is. From my research and what I can see, they send you an application form. But if you back up and look at over here, there's a great thing that you can do. If you have any questions about the Drinking Water Operator Certification Program, contact us. Okay, so I'm going to click contact us and look at all that. You can call them, you can email them. They're pretty responsive. I typically get a response from them within a day on the drinking water side of things. So pretty Johnny on the spot. So if you have any concerns about that, you can obviously just call them, but it seemed pretty cut and dry right there that you're going to be given something after you pass to help you certify. Okay, that's it. Actually, quite easy relative to wastewater treatment. You can get certified at a T2 or D2 level without ever stepping foot in a plant. And it's not expensive, not nearly as expensive as wastewater treatment. And I will argue the tests are easier than wastewater. So if you have any questions about what you saw today, if you're still a little confused, you can obviously reach out to the State Water Resources Control Board, or you can put it in the comments and I can do my best to answer them for you. If you want to see my other tutorials, I'm doing all 50 states. If you want to see the other tutorials, go ahead and subscribe so you're notified when they come out. Throw me a like if you appreciated this and it helped you on your journey to certification. And like I said, if it wasn't for the stepping stone of T1, T2, I would have never seen the door open into wastewater treatment. So if you're out there struggling to become a wastewater operator, maybe it might be a good idea to look at getting your drinking water in the short term as a stepping stone. All right, everybody, looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a great day.